Hey guys, today we'll be making a tier list for Decaying winter perks because I've seen a lot of people argue about which is best perk, which is bad, which is support team comp, yeah, things like that. So yeah, let's just go straight on. I just used some kind of template on tier list maker, so whoever made it, thank you. So I'm gonna spend like 10 years trying to find all the logos. First we have is Sovereign. I am in love with this perk because it's just so good. Like early game wise, it's amazing, but like when you go to like end to like mid to late game, it starts to get really bad because all the AK scavs, all the SMG, double barrel, hunting rifles, sniper scavs start to really shred your ghosts. Even there's like 5 of them, they're gonna shred it really quickly. But this is still pretty good because you can solo with Sovereign until like wave maybe 6, 7 with only ballistic dagger. Combine that with your shove, you get 22 damage per shove. You're just gonna be full carrying throughout early to mid game. I would put this at. I'll put it at an A tier because it's really good. It like somewhat requires no skill, kind of. And you don't get the consequence of like getting shot once you get like one of the ghosts. You could just keep on going and keep on stabbing them, and yeah, just overall really good hyper carry. Except we have his Berserker. All right. Now the first time I saw this perk, I saw it one-shotting everything, and I'm like, how is it one-shotting every single mob scavenger in the game? And I realized it buffs your attack damage. That's pretty busted. And when I heard about that, you could increase the duration of the serum by getting more kills. I was like, that's pretty busted as well. Now, the only downside to this is that you literally cannot use guns, which is a bad thing. So if you're doing solo runs of this and you don't have any grenades, you do kind of get a little bit fucked in the ass. But another bad thing is that if you're playing this in a team comp and everyone's stealing your kills, you're not going to be really using the most of your ability most of the time. And the fatigue at the end. So like if you don't kill everyone and your ability ends, your fatigue, you do like half your damage, which is really bad. I'm not saying it the perk is bad. I'm just saying like the downsides of it. Of course, you'd be one shotting every single mob if you have like a tier 3 or tier 4 weapon, which is also pretty good. In my opinion, this would go somewhere in A tier for solo, but team comp, not really great. Okay, this one. Is this Tick Spider? Yeah, I think it is. Alright, I want to ask this question. Why is Tick Spider in a game? Why is Tick Spider in a game when you literally have Blitzer? Blitzer is literally the better version of Tick Spider. And not only that, I'm pretty sure Blitzer recharges their ability way much more faster than Tick Spider. I literally don't see what the point of Tick Spider really is. I mean, the only thing is that you don't need to detonate the bomb off yourself. It will just go up to them and blow up. Like, yeah, that's cool and all, but like, we have grenades. Bro. I don't think it's that great. I mean, I'm just gonna put this in C tier because who uses Tick Spider? Alright. Anyways, on to the next one. Arbiter. Now, I've seen a lot of amazing plays with this one. This one's a really interesting one because people get really creative with this, like somehow managing to shoot a ranged shotgun pellet out, or just using it to utilize their mobility by just getting all the way up on mountain without even climbing anything. This is not that bad. It's pretty good. And I've seen a lot of people just go up outpost, go up mountain, just jumping and using their ability. That's pretty impressive. Well, if you don't break your leg, that is. And the ranged damage with the ability is so stupid. Like, and the AoE is insane as well. But you do have to get a little bit of practice done. So, I would say I will put it like in a B tier. Like, it's in a high B. It's in a high B. I'll tell you that. not low B. Alright. I don't think I need to. Just gonna put that over there. We all painfully know what this perk does. I don't think I have to explain further. I think we're on the same level. Alright, Blitzer. Now this one I was really surprised with because, wow. You get 6 bombs when you place it at the start of the round. And when you come back, and when you're done looting, you get another 6 bombs. That is so good. It's like free bombs. It's like free bombs. Now, obviously, the only downside to it is that if you're in a public server, people are obviously going to troll. They're going to put bombs on you. They're going to detonate it. And haha, funny. Team kill. And, well, yeah. But if you're doing solo, or your team actually knows when you're going to launch your bombs, this is actually really, really good. So, like, if you don't have any bombs for, like, I guess you could say Scav or just later waves, like during endgame, Blitzer is literally a a grenade generator or C4 generator. It's so good. Now, obviously, you need a few. You're not gonna need like one bomb's not gonna kill one. You're gonna need more than like a few of them, which is why it's a good thing it recharges fast. So I'll put it in the A tier because I myself love it. Next up, we have Executioner. The guy that'll be crafting all your weapons and all your guns. Now, execution, I feel like it's nothing really special, to be honest. If you think about it, it's just put on a red goggle, kill people, get scrapped. That's basically it. Other than that, it's basically survivalist. But the good thing about executioner is that it's one of the main perks that are actually able to see hidden. And hiddens are absolutely obnoxious in this game. Like, they have the ability to one-tap you, and not only that, you don't know where they're coming from. Unless you have Executioner. Now, obviously, some other perks are able to detect it, but Executioner, for its main part, can see hidden the best. I haven't used Executioner that much, but the amount of scrap it gives you for just killing like a few enemies is a lot, and you can craft a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna put it in B, but like a high B, same level as Arbiter. And next one we have is this Risk Runner? I think it is. Yeah, it's Risk Runner. Risk Runner. This one's really interesting because I haven't really used this one that much, but I've heard a lot of people talk about how it's either you waste all your bullets on the first few waves, or you utilize the ability to the best of its perk and just shred the entire thing. Now, I don't know how good Risk Runner is because I haven't really seen any like good plays with it or like someone just outplaying the game with it, but I'm just gonna give it a solid A because it's literally a free gun. The only bad thing is that whenever you stop shooting, you have to wait for like a good 3 seconds around for you to like shoot it again. Our next up we have is Hive Mind. Hive Mind is somewhat decent. It can kill hiddens, and it's actually not bad. Well, it's mostly like just run around the red crate gameplay if you're just trying to solo Hive Mind. I've tried doing that before. I got to like wave 7. Most likely Scav War because that's what mainly kills your entire team. But yeah, Hive Mind is okay. It's good for team comps that like to just stay back and just watch the world burn. So like Hive Mind, Tick Spider, Mind Flayer, Arbiter plus Molotov equals funny. But like I would give it a solid B because it's also really good whenever you're scavenging and you see like an AK scav or like just any ranged scav and you're like, ah, crap, I can't loot there. Well, just press F, right click, go to direct, and bam, you don't gotta worry about that. And it takes like around 15 seconds to kill them. Now that is a bit of a lot of time you waste though, so that's just one downside. All right, Lazarus, the medic of Decaying Winter. This guy Whoever runs Lazarus, give yourself a pat on the back, because you are helping the entire team out with painkillers and increased defense. You are the main reason why people get dubs. You're the main reason why good people exist in this world. You're getting a solid S from me, because the buff Lazarus gives you can honestly help you get out of situations a lot. The only bad thing is that if you do less melee damage, you get reduced defense, and whenever you get hit by someone, and if you're using a ranged weapon, you do drop it, which is kind of bad. So that's why they highly advise you to like stay back whenever you're playing in team comp. But Lazarus, if you're playing for other people, please use it. It's honestly amazing. Next up we have is Emulator, the walking flamethrower. Now, what I think about Emulator is that it's an upgraded version of Berserker. You're like, it just gives so much opportunities. Like when you press F, you just slam the ground, fire just erupts everywhere. Enemies around you get burned, you gain a buff, you get fire resistance, everyone around you gains a buff and a fire resistance. It's just so good. It's like Lazarus and Berserker having a baby. And sprinkle a little bit of Molotov on top of that, and then you get Emulator. I'll give it a solid S, because you could also use Emulator as a flamethrower as well whenever you hold down F. So yeah, that's cool. Artillerist. I have mixed feelings for this one, because whenever Artillerist comes to my mind, I just think of solo runs, because whenever, like, Artillerist is cool because you can one-shot headshot anything except for shadows and the boss, I'm pretty sure. It's really satisfying when you get a headshot, because you just feel like the power. The bad thing is that whenever you're aiming, it's hard to aim when you're moving, unless you're just that good at shooting and aiming, then yeah, good for you. But like, the perk you get after Artillerist, like hitting a headshot, Deadeye, it's okay, because it encourages you to use guns, but like, come on, where's the melee weapons? Like, come on, melee weapons are a main part of, like, I guess, solo runs, just winning any type of game. Now, in my opinion, I think Artillerist should go in. I feel like it should be in B, but I feel like it should be in A. But I barely see anyone using Artillerist, so I'm just gonna put it in B. Because, like, a high B, to be honest. Because it's not that great if you miss your shot, and if you miss your shot, you kind of just wasted your ability. And, well, I've never really seen anyone using Artillerist, so yeah. Next up we have is Prophet. Now, I'm pretty sure Prophet was the first ever perk I've ever used. And when I first saw Prophet, I read the description, I was like, alright, this is definitely a support perk, no doubt about it. There's no way you can solo with Prophet. Now, with the very interesting pros I saw was that Prophet takes no fall damage, which is interesting, because no other perks in this game have fall damage resistance except for Prophet. And you can actually see the health of enemies, locations of where items are, which I think is helpful as well. Not as helpful if you know, like, looting routes, but it's just a little thing to know. So let's say you just go inside mountain, press F, there's like no items inside, you could be like, oh, alright, we could just skip mountain, go to the back of it, go up, and then yeah, you could save so much time. And after that, you could just jump down mountain, because you don't take any fall damage. You don't waste time jumping on the trees and jumping on the cliffs. So for me, I'll give it a solid B, because it's okay. It's not great, but you could work with it. Next up we have is Zealot. Now, Zealot is one of my favorites as well. If your team knows how to coordinate, that is. If your team doesn't, then, well, there goes your turret. But I just like how you just push a turret down, it just starts shooting. It, like, just kills all of them. Obviously not that quick though. But the protective barrier it has around the turret is so helpful because you can just stand behind it, and if anyone gets past, you just shove them, and yeah, they're gonna get killed. Now its other mode, holding down F, is like a free shield. You could become an entire tank. So let's say it's like on the last wave, the boss is coming in, your teammates are like, oh no, we're all gonna die, it's GG. But then Zealot comes in with the intense clutch shield, literally, how do you say it? It takes all the bullets from the scavenger boss. This gives your teammates a good opening of basically free damage. It's just pew pew pew. It's free damage, literally. And if you're able to pull off a really good Zealot block, then GG. It also parries a melee, which also satisfying to see as well. So I'll give it a good A. Alright, next one we have is a Mind Flayer. Mind Flayer is like Sovereign, but I think Mind Flayer is like a little bit better in terms of like, how do you say it? Controlling the enemy and making it your own. The only problem I have with Mind Flayer is that after 3 seconds of just like when the bug catches onto them, after 3 seconds they still kind of still go for you. So that's a little bug they have to fix. But other than that, if you can Mind Flay an AK scav or just one of the ranged scavs, or like a Karambit, it's GG. You won the wave, literally, because like, there's no way the scavengers are beating an AK scav. There's just no way. He's gonna shred all of them. I'll give Mind Flayer a good B because sometimes it doesn't want to work for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah. Our next up we have is Vagabond. One of my personal favorites as well for solo running. Vagabond is just top tier for solo running. If you want to like faster solo run or just why is Vagabond so good, you ask? Well, it's because one, you get a free weapon at the 65 damage when it's 100% uptime. Two, whenever you get a kill with that weapon, you get a thing called a dog tag. This dog tag gives you speed and equals 4 HP. Whenever you stack up those dog tags, you become Sonic. And whenever you are low, you can hold down F and use your dog tags to heal you. So that you need to use your medkits, but I highly advise you use your medkits first before you use your dog tags. Unless it's in a really dire situation like during a wave. And it's just overall really good because it only has reduced defense and reduced movements? No. Reduce defense and movements HP, which means that you can use a gun. So basically what you can do is just take care of all the ranged scavengers and then go for the kill with the katana for the melee scavs, which is just honestly amazing. Now is this good in team comp? Not really, because people might steal your kills. But is it good for solo? Yes, I'll give like a really high A. It's just not in an S tier though. The last one we have is Survivalist. Jack of all trades, master of none. Let's see. Survivalist is the very first perk you start off with. There's no cons. And the pros are just seemingly a little bit... It just outweighs the cons. Because, it's like having a backpack, basically. You start off with a backpack and full hunger and full thirst bar. Now, is Survivalist bad? Not necessarily. Is it good? Maybe, actually, because it doesn't screw up your melee capabilities or gun capabilities, which is actually good. And you also start off with a backpack. Now, mind you, whenever you find a backpack, or whenever I find a backpack, I just feel power. Like, just having the 2 extra slots of carrying items, I feel like I could just carry like so much items in my inventory now, and it's just so helpful. And starting off of full thirst and full hunger bar, I mean, yeah, that's okay. I mean, you could probably not eat for like one more wave, and then until you have to start eating and drinking. But other than that, it's actually a really good perk if you think about it. I would give it a solid B. Yeah, it's better than Tick Spreader. I know, that's crazy. But yeah, I would give Survivalist a B. But yeah, this is basically my opinion on the entire tier list of the Decaying Winter perks. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.